A Senate investigative committee released a new report this week revealing how overseas illegal drug distributors have exploited weaknesses in the U.S. Postal Service.
That report shows how foreign criminals have found loopholes to ship drugs such as opioids. Channel 5's Cecilia Gutierrez spoke to one mail carrier down here who says they do take measures to avoid becoming part of that crisis.
This week, a 96-page report titled Combating the Opioid Crisis, Exploiting Vulnerabilities in International Mail was released by the U.S. Senate. The report describes how foreign distributors have taken advantage of loopholes in the postal system to transmit hundreds of thousands of packages containing illegal drugs. Like most of us, Fatima Rodriguez has shipped and received packages with the U.S. Postal Service. But Rodriguez knows, like most things in life, there are loopholes. A Senate report from this week revealed weaknesses in international packages with the United States postal system.
I would like to trust it, but I mean, you never know.
Those weaknesses involve overseas drug distributors. Though the U.S. Postal Service has implemented better screening methods in recent months due to the opioid crisis, packages are still not screened enough. Rodriguez knows screening for these packages needs to toughen up.
I feel like if it is coming internationally, then there should be a lot, more restrictions, whether the things that you send and everything.
These packages often include opioids and synthetic opioids, such as fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that is said to be more dangerous than heroin. Jasmine Ramirez has worked at mailboxes and more in Brownsville for the past 2 years. She says they have several steps to make sure packages they send and receive, whether they're international or not, don't contribute to this growing drug problem.
Most of the packages that get here are places from Amazon, eBay, Walmart.
Ramirez says most of the time they trust these packages have been checked, but that doesn't mean they won't raise questions if something looks suspicious.
If a shipper comes and we notice from the very first, we have to tell the shipper that we can't do it because it's not part of the policy.
Unlike private mail carriers, the U.S. Postal Service is not legally required to collect advanced data on packages shipped to this country. All you need to provide is your name, address of the shipper, the recipient, and description of the package. Ramirez says whether they're shipping in the U.S. or internationally, their company requires more.
First of all, when a person comes in, the package has to be open.
This is to make sure nothing in the package is illegal or potentially harmful to them or the receiver, and they also need to trace that person.
Most of the time for shipping and picking up, we ask for IDs.
The company's security measures also helps keep them away from mail that may become a problem later on.
We have to report it to the police. They come and they check the cameras, they check, as I said, what car, they try to see every little detail of that person and try to get to them.
She says overall they have never had a problem with a sender or receiver trying to smuggle an illegal item. In the report, the U.S. Postal Service Inspector General acknowledged that much of the data they do receive from international packages are often incomplete or inaccurate. The Senate report says this is a contributing factor to many of the illegal items being shipped. In the studio, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News at 6.